Was gonna do a big thing for New Year's or whatever, couldn't figure it out, had a story of my own, don't want to read it because it sucks. Someone just reminded me randomly on FiM that I actually said I would read something of theirs, and the queue is long, and there's a lot of random fucking fics. I'm rambling. So, anyway, this is Pure Love by Shy Sparkle. It's fairly dialogue heavy, and I like to do voices, but I'm just gonna monotone my way through this thing. Sorry. Adagio fell in front of the town hall. The other villains were nowhere to be seen. She sighed. Arya and Sonata ran to her. "We were so desperate," Sonata said. "How was the fight?" Arya asked, looking suspiciously at her fellow leader. "Let's not talk about this," Adagio replied. The three then wandered around. They went from Ponyville to Canterlot, Crystal Empire, Manhattan, Appaloosa, and Dodge City. After a while, Sonata bumped into a hard black crystal wall. "Ow!" she said, scratching her head. "Sonata, we're in..." Adagio started to say. The Dazzlings gasped. "Tartarus!" the three screamed. They flew beyond the wall. They saw a cage with a mysterious person. It clearly wasn't a pony, or a manticore, or a Cerberus. Adagio looked closely, but the mysterious person turned around. She gasped and landed down. Who are you?" she screamed. "I am Lord Tyrek, but you can call me Tyrek," he said. "I am Adagio Dazzle," the siren replied. "They are Arya Blaze and Sonata Dusk." "I've heard of you," Tyrek said. "You are the sirens." "Yes, but we're not here to harm you. Sonata bumped in the wall and..." she replied. "Really? Do you want me to believe this?" the centaur replied. "It truly happened," Adagio protested. Tyrek backed up. "Well, don't you start with that tone," he said, slowly. "What? You must believe all of this!" Adagio screamed, out of control. She landed down with tears in her eyes. I'm so sorry," she said. "It's okay," Tyrek said, starting to calm down. He touched her back silently. At this move, Adagio fell in love. "Well, should we team up?" she said softly. "I need teammates." "Ahem," Arya and Sonata said angrily. "Sorry, girls, I forgot about you." She looked back to Tyrek. "I wanted to say more teammates." "Okay, if you ask me," he replied. Adagio used her necklace to bend the bars of the cage and free Tyrek. The centaur roared strongly and looked at Adagio. "Thank you," he said. "I never had a friend like you." Adagio flew on his back. Arya and Sonata rolled their eyes. "Do we really have to fly rather than standing on Tyrek's back?" Sonata whispered to Arya. "I'm afraid yes," the violet siren replied. "I totally hate this now." The four left Tartarus, and after 2 hours, Tyrek was in his final form, but not grown in size. Adagio was looking at him while beating everything in his path. Sonata and Arya were tired. The blue siren fell next to Adagio. "Hey, what are you doing?" Adagio said. "I'm really tired," Sonata replied. "Can Arya and I stay here?" "Okay, I guess," the orange siren replied. Arya flew on Tyrek's back. He was not noticing that the other two sirens were on his back or the conversation. After some minutes, he was huge. Sonata was asleep. Arya was scared of heights, and she was trying not to look down. Adagio flew in front of Tyrek. "Isn't it a lovely day?" she asked, while her necklace started to glow orange. A red ray was emitting from it, and came to Tyrek and accidentally absorbed it. Adagio fell to the ground. "Adagio!" the others, while the sirens flew down. "Are you okay?" Arya asked. Putting her hoof behind Adagio's neck, she looked at Tyrek. Adagio's eyes were grey. She was too weak to get up. "Sonata, take care of her while I take care of this horrible monster," she continued. "Who are you calling horrible monster?" Tyrek asked. Arya flew in front of him. Her necklace glowed crimson, as well as her sclera. 2 replicates of her appeared. They charged a laser beam at her necklace and formed a circle as big as Tirek. He was locked back in his cage while the magic returned to the ponies. Sonata watched as Arya returned to the ground. "Are you okay?" she asked Adagio. "We need to return to Canterlot High," she replied. The sirens flew in front of Twilight's castle. Twilight Sparkle opened the door. "How did you... Oh, wait, Adagio was banished. How did you two get in Equestria?" she asked. "Long story," Arya replied. "We need to go in Canterlot High," Adagio said, panicked. "Why?" the purple alicorn asked. "No time to explain, Twilight," the orange siren replied. Okay, follow me," Twilight replied. The four went to the library of the castle. They passed through the throne room. Twi? What are you doing here with them?" Pinky asked. "They need to go to Canterlot High," Twilight replied. Rarity fainted. "As usual," Applejack said. The four went to the mirror. Adagio was unsure and looked back at Arya, her savior, and then at Princess Twilight Sparkle. Her mind was flashing a few things. When she and her buddies saw the equestrian magic, the Taco Tuesday, and she was singing Battle, when she was talking about the full power restoring, when she was singing Under Our Spell, the Go Back to Sleep Sonata, when she was singing Welcome to the Show, when she made a projection of her siren form, when her pendant was destroyed, and when she fell in love with Tirek. Adagio, what are you doing?" Sonata asked. "Nothing," Adagio replied quickly. She whispered a short, "I love you, Tirek," and passed through with the other two sirens. That's a thing. Happy fucking New Year.